half of Skunk Anansie. My name is Skin.
I'm Cass. We're the better looking half of Skunk Anansie.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, the beautiful side. We are here in Gardenia in the Opener Festival in Poland. And what we've been doing all day, I think we've been plotting and planning things that we might be doing later on in the year, really. So we've been coming up with ideas as well as practicing for tonight. We've just been relaxing because, we travelled all night to get here from Lebanon, Beirut. And so we got here and we were absolutely exhausted. So it was nice to have a day of rest yesterday and today.
Yeah, and today pretty much all I've been doing is playing my bass in my hotel room because we didn't really have any opportunity to rehearse before we started touring because we really love rehearsals. And so there's a lot of songs that we haven't played for a couple of months in the set, so we just warm up, but we're good enough to do it like that.
In terms of letting steam out when we do gigs, I think that's exactly what happens, really. I think, we get a lot of frustration, a lot of angst, a lot of pain, that's it there in the songs. And when we play them live, that's a good way to kind of get it all out of you, get all out of your system. And I think that I'm a much saner and less aggressive person for being in this band than I would have been if I didn't have an outlet for all of that passion, I would say, call it now. We're kind of older now and wiser, so we have lots of outlets for our passion and our anger and our aggression, not just being in a band, But I would say that's always been the case. You get on stage and you can just go and be mad for an hour or an hour and a half, and it's very cathartic.
Yes, that's the word that was in my head, cathartic. And it's healing, it's self-healing, I think music does that a lot for a lot of creative people. They manage to work out their issues through their music, whether it's some emotional trauma, physical trauma, spiritual trauma. It is a wonderful way of expressing yourself and freeing yourself from it.
I think it feels quite scary to look at the news and read the news and watch it online. It's politically the situation has never been worse. For us in our not in throughout the history of time, but in our modern era, it's just getting worse and worse and worse. We were just in Beirut, and 40 soldiers were killed there the week before we got there. So that was a bit tense when we got there. It's 2 hours away from the Syrian border. We're playing in Israel in a few weeks' time, and we've had a lot of criticism for playing in Israel, from people who are very pro-Palestine, and so it's. I think it affects us, and it affects what we're going to write about, and it affects how we are. It makes us. We're very interested and very thoughtful, and have a lot to learn from going to places that are kind of quite politically tense and politically charged. And Poland has a very long history. It's not always been a bed of harmony that it is. Now you could say now it's not really a bed of harmony as well. So we go to Russia a lot. It's so much stuff going on there. So I think we feel. I feel that a lot of. I'm a bit fearful for things being separated along religious lines. I think that's probably the thing I'm most fearful about. I'm very fearful about religious extremism. People think not really having any time or place for people who don't believe in what they believe in. I think we just seem to be losing more and more. We just seem to be losing our our respect of other people's cultures and our respect of other people's religions, you know.
Beliefs, yeah.
And beliefs, you know. And I think that all of those religions, they all have their place and they all have the right to be there, you know. And it's quite disturbing to see how little tolerance there is from one religion to another. It's like if you're a Christian, why cannot someone who's Muslim have the same conviction about their faith as you have about yours? Why can you not respect that? Well, maybe they feel like I do.
But it runs even deeper than that, because then when you don't have that kind of opposition where it's like a Christian Islamic problem, or you'll have a problem within the Christian religion where it's become fractured, or within Islam where it becomes fractured, and you have these different sects, and so it breaks down to tribalism eventually. Whereas everybody twists their belief system to suit their own personal agenda. It's the truth. And so actually the religious facade is exactly that. It's just a facade, because the actual issues and the problems run below religion.